It's easier though. I find with my with the ease of which I access the sacred neutral and the more trust that I've built up now, like there is so much more trust I've never felt before.
Because you're doing the fucking work.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? You can't. This is not a pill. I can't say it enough.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could take a pill with it, I'd fucking do that too. But honestly,
hells yeah.
It's just you have. Why would you not want to do the work? How much fun have you had doing the work? Or was it just
well? There have been moments where I kind of wished I didn't have
That's
to.
That's the resistance. The actual, falling into new discoveries, opening to these new vistas of self, and feeling that juice pumping. Yes, please.
Would. Yes.
Would. Would, bitches. But seriously, would you ever rob anyone of that? Why would you not want to do that?
No way. That's the beauty of it. That is actually the beauty of it when you kind of.
Well, that brings me to this, because one thing we did discuss, the Bartzis and the lovely Natalie and myself, was if someone was starting out now, how would you direct them? What would you tell them or say, well, this is a great thing, or what direction would you point them in? And, of course, I said, well, our school, meaning his school and my school, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, we have something laid out. And those somethings both come from originality and integrity. See, the thing for me, the main reason I really put this out there was because nothing was speaking to me that said this, and it came from me. I've been inspired by different teachers. I've been inspired by different teachings, but this shit came from me. And when I say that, I'm not saying this shit came from me. What I mean is,
came from it.
Well, all the discoveries, yes, came from me. What I want for others is for them to be able to find their own discoveries just like we've been able to. So I'm not interested in giving anyone fucking dogma or this is how it is. I'm more interested in giving them a trigger for them to find their own dogma, their own stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that if someone's looking for a teacher, we might not be theirs. We know I'm an acquired taste. And that's fine. So just look for a teacher that walks their talk, for starters. I remember one of my friends, her dad died and she had the inheritance, and her big thing, she went around to all the sacred sites and had an experience, and she went to all the lecture tours of all her favourite authors.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular author, whom shall not be named, was like an hour and a half late or something. There was some fuck up with the planes. Anyway, so she finally arrives, gets up to the podium and it's like, oh, fucking American Airlines, blah, 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 and this and that. Okay, so let's begin. We create our own reality. I don't need to speak, okay?
Yeah.
So make sure that the person's actually fucking believing their own publicity enough to do their own stuff. Secondly, my thing is make sure they give you tools that don't beholden you to them, in the sense that for the next 20 years you're fucking tied to these people, or you can't get there until you do this course. Got to do that one. Fuck that. No. Sure, there'll be some courses, there'll be some things to lead up to, but not for 20 years. Not that dependent. No way. What was my other criteria? I think I've discussed this with you. Really, it was about, And also, if the stuff's come from them and not some channeled entity, forget that shit.
Yeah. Nothing that's reliant on some external thing.
Because chances are they've got it from the suit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And as I said, just find a technique that you like, that you're going to do, and that has scope for you to put your experience into, not just theirs. I think that way too, it's like, if you are a weekend warrior, you can move forward because you're going to put yourself in the right position. You know what I mean? You'll put yourself in the right learning. Like, I've had plenty of people come to me that have been fucking doing courses for 20 and 30 years and they just haven't found the thing. And that's cool, right? But as soon as you give them those techniques to find their thing,
that's
brilliant. It's great.
It is the ultimate.
They're fucking empowered. They're not relying on you. Mm-hmm. And then they can go off and, the world will be a better place. Anyway, so that was sort of where we got down to.